No one expected today to unfold the way it did because what Wang revealed has shaken fans around the world. So before we dive deeper into this emotional bombshell, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss stories like this. What started as a regular appearance, just another elegant, polished moment from one of Asia's biggest stars, suddenly turned into one of the most vulnerable, heartbreaking, and unforgettable moments of Dylan's entire career. He walked onto that stage with confidence, greeted the audience with his usual charm, but the moment he reached the microphone, something inside him shifted. At first, no one understood. He paused. He swallowed hard. His eyes glistened in the harsh stage lights. The entire audience fell silent, the kind of silence where every heartbeat felt like thunder. Fans watching the live stream held their breath. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Yet no one dared to interrupt. And then, Dylan finally spoke. His voice cracked on the very first word. Everyone froze. This wasn't the Wang they were used to, the charismatic actor, the unbothered star, the man who could make an entire stadium scream with one smile. No, this was someone stripped raw, vulnerable, fragile, and painfully honest. It was a Dylan people had never seen before. He lifted his hand to his face, trying to hide the tears that were now falling faster than he could wipe them away. Cameras zoomed in, capturing the tremor in his lips, the shaking of his shoulders. He wasn't acting. He wasn't performing. He wasn't building suspense. He was breaking. And the world was watching. Fans whispered, "What's going on? Is he okay? Is something wrong with his family?" But no one could have predicted the truth he was about to reveal. When he finally found the strength to speak again, his voice was barely a whisper. "I've been carrying something for years," he said, eyes glued to the floor. "And I can't keep pretending it doesn't exist." The room tensed. Even the photographers lowered their cameras, realizing they were witnessing something too human, too intimate, too real to treat like regular celebrity content. Dylan took another shaky breath. "For so long," he continued, "I've been hiding a part of my life. A part one thought I could protect by keeping it hidden. But all it did was break me slowly from the inside." His hands trembled. His jaw tightened. It was clear that revealing this secret took everything he had. Then he said something that sent shockwaves through the entire hall. "I am tired of hiding someone I love." The crowd gasped. People instantly thought of Shinyu. Her name floated through the audience like electricity. The chemistry, the history, the rumors, the sightings, the whispers, the two had been tied together for years, yet neither had ever confirmed anything publicly. Fans leaned forward, wondering if this was it, the moment they had all secretly waited for. But Dylan wasn't done. He raised his eyes, meeting the audience with a look that held years of pain, fear, longing, and relief. "For years," he said softly, "I kept my heart locked away because I was afraid of what the world would do to the people I care about. I saw what fame could destroy. I saw how love can be twisted into something ugly when too many eyes are watching." Tears streamed freely now, and his entire body shook as if releasing years of emotional weight. "I didn't want her to suffer because of me." At that exact moment, the audience erupted into whispers so loud they echoed through the hall. Fans watching the live stream started typing furiously, "It's about Shinyu. He's talking about her. This is it." The comment section exploded into chaos. Dylan's next words confirmed everything. "She never asked for attention. She never wanted fame. She didn't choose this life, I did. And because of that, I felt like I had no right to pull her into my storm." The screen behind him displayed nothing but his trembling silhouette. No music. No background. No script. Just Dylan, breaking apart piece by piece. "But I can't hide her anymore," he whispered, his voice trembling. "Not after everything we've been through." Fans were crying in their bedrooms. People in the audience wiped their tears. Some covered their mouths in shock. Even the hosts standing backstage were seen shaking their heads, overwhelmed by the rawness of the moment. Then Dylan revealed more. For years, he said, I hid our relationship. I hid our love. I hid our story. The hall fell completely silent. And I hid our family. The screams that followed were immediate and uncontrollable. Fans were crying, fainting, shouting, unable to process the gravity of his confession. He wasn't just admitting to a relationship. He wasn't just confirming years of rumors. He was admitting to something much bigger. I have a daughter, he finally said, placing a hand over his heart. And she is the greatest gift I've ever received. People sobbed openly. Dylan covered his eyes again, letting himself break completely on stage. For 3 years, I kept her a secret because I wanted her to grow up peacefully. I wanted her to laugh without cameras. I wanted her to run freely without people trying to take pictures. I wanted her to live a childhood, not a headline. His voice cracked so deeply that even strangers felt it in their chest. But hiding her also meant hiding my happiness. Hiding the parts of me that made me who I am. He took a long, shaky breath. And I can't do that anymore. Cameras snapped pictures, tears glistened under the lights, and fans clutched their hearts as they felt every word he said. I want the world to know, Dylan continued, that I love them. I love the woman who stood beside me even when I pushed her away for her own safety. And I love the little girl who calls me dad. Gasps erupted again. And yes, he whispered with a breaking voice, that woman is Shinyu. The entire auditorium exploded. Screams, cheers, sobs, every emotion filled the air at once. People who had shipped them for years felt vindicated. Those who had doubted cried in disbelief. Even the camera crew was visibly shaken. It had finally happened. After years of silence, secrecy, and speculation, Dylan Wang confirmed it all. His relationship with Shinyu. Their long-hidden love. And their 3-year-old daughter. He wiped his tears, looking relieved and broken and whole all at once. I'm done hiding, he said softly. I'm proud of my family. I want to protect them, not by keeping them in the shadows, but by standing with them in the light. Even security and staff let the moment unfold. People were witnessing a family that had been hidden for years finally stepping into daylight together. When Dylan finally returned to the microphone, carrying his daughter in one arm and holding Shinyu's hand with his free one, he spoke with a soft but steady voice. This is my truth, he said. And from today forward, I won't be afraid of it anymore. The audience cheered louder than ever. The livestream comment section exploded with messages like, "This is history. I can't stop crying. I feel like I watched a movie. Their family is beautiful. Finally, the truth." And with that, Dylan, Shinyu, and their little girl bowed together as a family, holding hands, united, unhidden. This wasn't just a confession. This wasn't just a reveal. This was a moment that changed everything. A moment that fans will talk about for years. A moment that proved love can survive fame, pressure, fear, and time. A moment where Dylan Wang showed the world that vulnerability is not weakness, it's the deepest form of courage.